Let's go.
Wednesday afternoon.
I thought you were going to say Eric Ten Hag. So what about Emma Hayes then? What am I going to like about that?
She won. She was nominated for the Women's Coach of the Year award, the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
Ballon d'Or.
Right.
And she won. So
Really?
yes, Emma.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, Emma.
Good
Hayes.
for her.
She really deserves it, don't she? I think that.
Yeah.
Well, Chelsea won so many leagues, didn't they? The WSL,
Yeah.
4 or 5 running. She had
And
to win it, really.
they were once in the semi-final, twice in the finals of the Champions League as well for the women.
Yeah.
She's a good manager.
Yeah, she.
Yeah.
You know, I'm quite delighted when I saw her name. I thought this is
Yeah,
good.
that's good.
This is good, yeah, because she really, really deserves it. So Emma Hayes is one of the winners. Yeah. So what are your thoughts about this Ballon d'Or? You know, as an award, do you think it's got? Do you think it still has a place in football? Do you think it's? Do you think it should be in football? Because it's causing a lot of contentions, isn't it, within the football community? You know,
I think the thing is, it's a bit like if you think of tennis for excuse me, for the last probably 15 years or more.
right?
Tennis has been utterly dominated, certainly in the Grand Slams and the rest of it, by 3 people. You know, Roger Federer, Nadal, and Djokovic.
Yeah.
And because there's been no argument about who the best player is between them, they've scooped up the vast majority of the Grand Slams. And actually, for a while, Andy Murray was part of it, and he won a couple of the Grand Slams as well. So there's kind of no argument. And I think the same thing has applied to the Ballon d'Or. For years, it's pretty much been either Ronaldo or Messi. And no one could boycott it or say, "Oh, we're not going. We think our man should have won," because nobody really got anywhere near the quality of player and basically decency. I don't think either of those were dirty players or players who didn't show fair play. So there was no argument. But of course now it's a much more open field with those 2 out of the reckoning, really, and therefore you'll have various factions saying, well, our man should win, and what about that criterion, and all the rest of it. So a bit like tennis, now there's not those top 3 players, really.
Yeah.
It's an open field, and it'll be interesting to see who comes through and starts to dominate, if anybody does. And the same with football. Will we get another 1 player or 2 players who will start to win that competition every year? I guess the organisers would really want different players every year to win these competitions as a kind of fairness, I suppose. But yeah, I think it's a shame if it disintegrates into bad blood between teams and people and judges, because you may as well do away with it. It's not the object of the exercise to have a competition which causes friction between people.
Yeah.
I would have thought.
Yeah. Well, we've got less than 10 minutes, so I'm just gonna briefly say, bruv, you'll be happy to hear this news. You already know about it anyway. And the man Ten Hag is gone. How
Yeah, it's interesting. Go on.
How relieved are you?
Well, no, I mean, I defended him. I think you were the chap who was hastening his departure. I think we both agreed last week and the week before that his end was nigh. I mean, there was no way he was going to keep the job. I always had a bit of an admiration for him. I think, in a way, his players didn't do him any favours. But then it comes down to who has the most influence, the manager or the team, or is it 50-50?
Yeah.
Once he was, losing games, and then he was given 2 games which he had to win. They were both drawn recently. The writing was on the wall for him. So, yeah, it was inevitable. But we don't cry any tears for him. He walks away with £15 million, which is very nice. It's quite a good job if you can get it. To get the pay, to be sacked and get payoffs like these Premier League managers managed to do. But yeah, I felt a bit sorry for the guy. He's obviously genuine football man. He's had achievements before. I think Man United are going through what is turning out to be quite a long transition into becoming the sort of force in football that they used to be. I don't quite know.
Femi and the ladies, Dr. Gladys and Phantom and Rose. We all have a lovely show every weekday. So join us for a lovely show.
Say hello to Phantom, Dr. Glad.
But yeah, I felt a bit sorry for the guy. He's obviously a genuine football man. He's had achievements before. I think Man United are going through what is turning out to be quite a long transition into becoming the sort of force in football that they used to be. I don't quite know why it doesn't work these days, but it's as if the club has fallen into a little bit of, I don't know, they're not moving forward. If you're standing still in life, you're going backwards. And I'm not sure about all of their acquisitions, the purchases. We're told the ground needs, beefing up a bit. It's been the same for many years. So yeah, I think changes must be afoot. I think they've hired Van Nistelrooy, haven't they, as an interim manager, one of their former players. So that'll be interesting to see. If he does well, I guess they may give him the job.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do feel a bit for Ten Hag. He doesn't need my sympathy, as I say, but it wasn't to be. He wasn't really successful there, apart from winning the FA Cup last season.
Yeah. Southend, thoughts?
I saw it coming. He was inevitable anyway. Because if you look at it, City is going to have the same problem in the next few years,
Right.
of changing coaches. Now, why I've said that is because Sir Alex Ferguson has set a standard.
Right.
And since he's left, no one
No.
has gone anywhere close to the standard he set. Right?
Right.
It's the same thing with Guardiola right now with City. He's set a standard. And if he leaves in the next 2 years, if anyone does not come anywhere close to winning 2-3 Premiership in a row, is a problem.
Yeah.
Now, if you look at Eric Ten Hag, I still think him coming from Ajax to a very big club like United, was a big heck of a job. And there's a lot of pressure.
Right.
Because you're in a big... United is just next to Real Madrid when you rank them. They're about the richest even. So for him not to win consistently the league particularly, is a big problem. And for him losing some matches, Man United fans or Man United top executive will not want United to lose to a West Ham. Come on, that is the height of it.
Yeah.
They will not want to lose to a West Ham. And considering the fact that the trend of his achievement so far, or the record since the beginning of the season, is nowhere to write home about. So I saw it coming, and I knew he's only hanging on a thread. He's only hanging on a thread. So I knew what's going to happen anyway.
Yeah.
I knew what's going to happen.
So thoughts on Van Nistelrooy?
Van Nistelrooy, he only try. But what I was hearing yesterday was that they are employing Amorim from Sporting Lisbon.
Yeah.
So Van Nistelrooy is not going to be there for a long time. If they have not already hired Ruben Amorim from Sporting, and within the next few days they will announce it. If it's not already announced.
Yeah. I think Ruben Amorim is, Van Nistelrooy is just interim. Is interim. Well, we'll see how it does against Leicester tonight. Manchester United is playing Leicester this evening, so we'll see how it goes. If it's impressive, you never know. It might become like
Southend and the ladies, Dr. Gladys and Phantom and Rose. We all have a lovely show every weekday, so join us for a lovely show.
Say hello to Phantom.